Hi, my name's Noel, I'm a psychotherapist. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Do subscribe while you're here. If you're watching this on my website, enter your contact details into the contact form on the website, and I'll send these blogs and vlogs to you on a regular basis without any effort. So today I want to share a few tips with you on how to add intimacy into your sex life. There are lots of ways and reasons and means for doing sex, and having an intimate connection with somebody is quite an important part of that. It's not always what you want to achieve with sex. Sometimes it's just about having fun, having a laugh, sharing fantasies, role-playing, all that sort of stuff. That's not what this blog is about today, although I will sort of produce more blogs on how to do all of that safely. Today it's about how to add intimacy, a real sort of emotional connection and vulnerability into your sex life with somebody. And it's going to be something you do with somebody you know quite well, I guess. If it's the first time you've slept with somebody, it might be difficult to add some of these techniques in. So have a think about that. So one of the things is the use of eye contact. Eye contact is a great way of achieving intimacy with people. It can be very difficult for some people. Eye contact is important because it produces connections to a hormone called oxytocin, which some people call the love hormone. Our eyes have a lot of receptors for oxytocin, so it stimulates that. So it will stimulate a strong emotional bond. So I'm going to suggest you try with your partner sitting and looking at each other in the eyes for maybe up to 30 minutes. You may not be able to start straight off with 30 minutes, but start with 5 and then 10 and 15 and 20 and 30. And see what sort of impact that has on, and then have sex and try and maintain eye contact while having sex. Actually, you won't climax probably while that's happening, but that's another technique, is to have sex and decide that you're not going to climax, that it's about sensuality and intimacy and deep emotional connection. That's another sort of suggestion I'm going to make to you when you have sex with your partner one time. So the eye contact and the not climaxing are two techniques that are very closely connected. See how that goes, build it up. Another technique is to think about the sensuality and the fun and the gentleness of sex when you're trying to develop intimacy with it. So one technique, one thing that you might want to try with each other is undressing each other, but in a very gentle, slow and very emotional manner. So try this, try taking off one piece of clothing of your partner and then just kissing or caressing the part of the body that you've taken that piece of clothing off, as a way of suggesting how grateful you are for that person to be in your life, and then stopping and then swapping, so then the other person takes something off from you, and kisses or caresses that bit of your body that they've removed the clothing from. You may want to partner that exercise up with the no climax one. I mean, it's very much a turn on to be undressed by somebody. It's great fun. But if you add then the rule that we're not going to climax, and see what happens with that. See if you can maintain an intimate connection from that. Another suggestion is to slow everything down. Really, really take your time. Maybe agree in advance that this is going to take an hour, it's going to take 2 hours, whatever amount of time that you set aside for it, and boundary the time as well. I'm sure you will get into the mood if you have that much time, so you can sort of put it in your diary, although that seems quite anti-sexy in some way to some people, but actually put it in your diary and put the time aside. A little note here that with any of these exercises, what I suggest you do is you prepare for them, in the sense of you have a shower or a bath, wear clean clothing, maybe do some meditation to just dump any emotional baggage that you may have, just clean yourself out emotionally and physically and prepare yourself. And then a final thing that I'm going to suggest to you is that you don't talk. it seems odd, a psychotherapist saying don't talk, but actually language can be a barrier to intimacy for some people, particularly in sex as well. People can often share sexual fantasies through talking, but actually those sexual fantasies can be a way of avoiding emotional contact. Not always, but they can be a way of avoiding emotional contact. So agree that you're going to have sex, but you're not going to talk. So maybe you can add that into the sort of looking in each other's eyes exercise, that you agree for that period of time you're actually not going to talk to each other, and just be quiet and emotionally connected and intimately connected. All of these exercises, when you first do them, will and can or may feel quite weird and quite odd and quite embarrassing, but I would encourage you to persevere and get used to them. Once you get over the initial sense of strangeness and they become familiar, a deep emotional bond can form sort of through the physical contact and through the eye contact, and particularly if it's like non-sexual, it's an odd thing to say, but non-sexual physical contact, which you're not trying to necessarily stimulate somebody to an orgasm. All of that sort of stuff can be very, very helpful in producing this emotional bonding hormone called oxytocin. And then you can move on to the sexual contact and see how that deepens your connection with your partner. Give it a go. I'd like to hear from you if you find those suggestions useful, and if you've got any others, send them in to me, email them in to me, and we can share them. So thanks for being here today. Hope to see you again another time. Bye bye.